On today's episode of Y'all Are Really Willing to Do Anything to Fix Your Credit Except Fix the Behaviors That Fucked Your Credit Up in the First Place, we have this guy.
How to remove inquiries in 24 to 48 hours. Let's go.
Now, I want to preface this by saying a lot of the credit repair specialists that you see here on social media, right? They are just regurgitating information that they're told. They do not truly understand consumer law. They only understand the parts that benefit the arguments that they're trying to make. So, I am operating under the assumption that this man did not know. I'm going to just start there. So now let's dissect this, shall we? Roll a clip.
Once you get these people on the phone, you want to ask for the fraud department. Once you get the fraud department on the phone, you want to tell them that you had some unauthorized, unverified inquiries on your credit report that you want deleted off your report ASAP.
Now, behind me is the Credit Repair Organizations Act. This outlines the rights of consumers who decide to hire credit repair companies and pretty much says what we can and cannot do as credit repair companies. This particular section is the prohibited practices section. And the very first thing says that no person may make any statement or counsel or advise any consumer to make any statement which is untrue or misleading. And the very first part says to any consumer reporting agency. Now, you calling the fraud department and telling them that you have unauthorized inquiries on your credit report is you saying that you have been a victim of identity theft, because how else did these get on your credit report? Him advising you to claim identity theft when that has never happened to you violates the Credit Repair Organizations Act. And if this man is willing to break the law to help you, right, what else is he willing to break the law for? I keep telling y'all that just because you want something taken off your credit doesn't mean that you have the right to get it taken off your credit. That's not a good enough reason for a dispute. I need y'all to hear me, and I'm going to hold your hand when I say this, but lying for gain is fraud. So you contacting the consumer reporting agencies and telling them that these inquiries are unauthorized when you, in fact, filled out an application to apply for this credit and was just denied, and now you got an attitude about it and you want to take it off your credit, that's fraud. Which is crazy because you don't even have to do all that to remove inquiries. Here's the right way to remove inquiries. First, you need to understand the law of permissible purpose. Inside the Fair Credit Reporting Act is Title 15 of the U.S. Code subsection 1681B, or the law of permissible purpose. This pretty much states that they need your consent or authorization to even pull a copy of your credit report. Now, because of that, this means that that documentation should be kept on file. So you have two options here. You can either petition the consumer reporting agency to ask each company that is reporting an inquiry to the credit bureaus to prove that you gave them authorization, or you can cut out the middleman and go directly to those companies and ask them to furnish evidence to prove that you gave them authorization to pull your credit. Now, if the companies cannot provide this information, guess what? The inquiries are coming off. And a lot of times, if you didn't open the account, they probably don't have it. And if they do have it, you're stuck with it. Now, if you're doing this to raise your credit score, it's important to note that inquiries aren't that valuable to your score. There are literally a million other things you could do before you get to the inquiry section to boost your score. However, if you're doing this to improve your credit worthiness because you have the score, you just have way too many inquiries, then maybe that's a conversation you need to be having with yourself about why you're applying for so many things in such a short time period in the first place. Remember, you should not have to bend or break the rules in order to boost your score. And if you don't know how not to do that, you can just follow me and I'll teach you myself.